Guitar gear. Guitar players and gear. Yes, sounds like it goes hand in hand, but I think over the last 5 to 10 years, it's got a little bit out of hand. And what I mean by that is that people are focusing so much on gear and wanting this, wanting that, instead of actually playing the guitar. Now, this is something I've spoken to friends about, to students. If you're a student of mine, I definitely would have ranted about this. And literally the other day, I posted this on Instagram. I posted it on TikTok actually as well, but if you're on TikTok, give me a follow. But I've got some nice comments and whatnot back, and people are asking, what did you use? What was the, I think someone said, what was the overdrive pedal you used? And I love the fact that people are asking me that, because all I used was my Strat and my Cornford MK50. If you're a regular viewer, you can see some amps are missing. They're at the amp doctor at the moment. But it was just a guitar and the Cornford, and reverb was added in from Logic. Now don't get me wrong, sometimes you want some modulation sound. I love flanger, I love a phase 90. Sometimes you want some delay, sometimes you might want some cool ambient reverb sounds going on as well. But stuff like that, I look at colours and it's like, okay, I want that colour for this, I want that for that. And it shouldn't all be so focused on gear, 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 gear. I want to buy this, I want to buy that. And I think there's that famous John Mayer video. I think he was saying something about, you know, we just look at ways to spend more money on gear. We look at it as like steroids or something like that. You know, I'm not going to practice today. I'm going to wait until this new pedal arrives. Now, Eddie Van Halen comes to mind because I believe he says that all the kind of cool techniques he did, the tapping, the stuff behind the nut, all the sorts of crazy whammy bar stuff that Eddie Van Halen did, he did all that because he didn't have much money to buy any effects pedals. So it made him sit with the guitar and just get used to what he could do and find all these crazy ways to get these sounds, what he was hearing in his head, out on the guitar. And that is everything what I'm going on about, and I'm sure many other people have gone on about. Instead of thinking, oh, I need to get this pedal, what can I do for that? Just play the guitar and see what you come up with. And then of course you got, you know, the godfathers, Jimi Hendrix, Eric Clapton, Jimmy Page, Jeff Beck. They were known for their incredible skill on the guitar, not just their gear, though of course we're fascinated by what they use, and it turned out it was just an amp with obviously in Hendrix's case, a fuzz, univibe, wah-wah. But they could make a simple setup sound absolutely phenomenal because they spent the time with their guitar. Now there's also the thing that too much gear can actually screw up your guitar sound, your guitar tone, having too much gear. Sometimes having too much gain can actually make your sound really oversaturated, overcompressed, really saggy, you can't hear the notes. And by backing off gain, by turning off a few overdrive pedals, you can actually make your guitar tone so much better by having less gear. But it does mean your mistakes might be highlighted more, but that's where practice comes in. Right, to show what I'm talking about here, let's do a little experiment. So I've got my old Strat, and like I say, I'm going into my Cornford MK50, my old amp here. All I'm going to use for the moment is just the amp. So I'm going through a couple of pedals, but unless I say otherwise, it's literally just a guitar and the amp. And at my feet here, I've got the channel changer. It's not even a channel changer. You can either put your overdrive on, or you've got a master volume 2 as well, which comes in handy for live, but I won't need that for today. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play a few chords and whatnot with just the amp and the amp overdrive, and then I'll turn the amp overdrive off and put in an overdrive pedal, and let's hear the difference. This is the amp just normal. Little bit of hair on there. All right, now this is the amp overdrive. Now this is the amp overdrive off. I'm going to put in a Seymour Duncan 805, which is like a tube screamer. Let's go back and forth, and you can hear what I mean properly. Now, if you've got a favourite, let me know right now in the comment section below. But for me, the amp overdrive sounds so much better straight away. Now I've got the overdrive. I'll take a screenshot. I'll take a screenshot. I'll take a shot of it now. It's just, from what I can see here, just under 12 o'clock, right? Straight up. And then I've got the kind of preamp at like 11 o'clock, right? Which is just the amp preamp. And I like no fuss. I like to plug in and go. You know what I mean? And the 805, I'll take a shot now, but the level's at 1 o'clock, the drive's at 10 o'clock. And then you got kind of bass, mid and treble kind of 11 o'clock-ish kind of thing there. Now, that's okay. This is the 805. But to me, straight away, it's just really, it's compressed. There's too much I don't like compression. I bet as well, so if I'm on 10, and I'll knock the volume down, and let's see if it cleans up. Now I'll put the volume down to 6 and 7 there. If I turn that off and put the overdrive of the amp on, it's still got body there. Now this could be a whole other thing about amp overdrive versus pedal overdrive. You know, maybe I'll do that properly in another video. But, you know, there, the amp overdrive, for me, is the winner. You know what I mean? Now, if I wanted to kick the 805 with it, that's a lot of gain there, which is cool. But what I was saying earlier, that's adding to my sound. I'm not relying on it. I'm not thinking, right, oh, I need this, I need that, and that. You know, I'm like, I want that extra gain now. Bang, I've got it. Now, you know, on another thing there, you might want like the kind of slap back thing. Now, in case you're thinking, what am I talking about? That kind of thing, that kind of slap back. But, you know, I remember hearing that when I was younger, and it made me want to do. I would just kind of double pick it, and then that way you're getting your down up picking happening. Now, yes, it's a slightly different sound to. actually that sounds quite cool. But again, like I say, that's going with the effect. You know, I'm not, I'm using that effect to help enhance what the sound I want to get there. But when I was younger and I didn't have a delay pedal till I was about 17, I would have done that, you know, trying to, you know, to try and get my down up picking going. And in the long haul, now I can do both. I've got a delay pedal for that. That's what's happening. It's straight away. So with that, yes, it's great to have an effect pedal for it. But, you know, that's just a Boss DD3. I'm not, you know, I don't own a timeline. Don't own one. Yeah, I would like to get one, but, you know, I'm not losing sleep over it. And also at the same time, I'm like, no, that's a very expensive pedal. And yes, it's, you know, I've heard players do amazing things with it. I'm sure it'd be great. It'd be great to own one. I will certainly get one. Eventually, it will be second, third, or fourth hand when I get it, right? Because they're very, very expensive. But what I'm getting at, you know, I was able to get my chops down to be able, you know, I wasn't like, oh, I can't do that. So if I was a younger player, like you may be, or no matter, when I say younger player, it doesn't have to be in age, a young, you know, playing only 6 months, a year, 4 months, whatever. Don't feel like, oh, I can't do that because I haven't got this or I haven't got that. You know, just start doing it. Just start playing. I remember like getting Total Guitar magazine when I was a kid, and there'd be like Hammer the Fall in there, for example, or another Queen song, but Hammer the Fall, I can see it now in the magazine. And I thought, oh, I won't be able to get that sound because I haven't got a red special. You know, I haven't got Brian May's guitar. And I thought, well, hang on a minute, if I just start mucking around with just, let me try, you know. And that's when I got into using all the pickup controls and where I pick and where you got your volume set. Back what I said earlier, you know, I might have the overdrive on, so on guitar and 10. You get all these different tones just from that volume control. Not thinking, okay, I need an overdrive here, I need another overdrive here, I need another boost there, and then you just, if you're doing a gig, you're just staring at your feet all the time, as opposed to like getting in it and looking at the crowd. So to sum up, you know, yes, while gear can certainly enhance your sound, it's your skill that truly defines you as a guitar player. Don't get lost in the sea of gadgets and gizmos and focus on you being the best guitar player you can be. Food for thought. Anyway, I've been Mike Bradley, you've been you. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you haven't already, do subscribe and like and leave a comment. It'd be really good to hear what you're thinking as well. And I'll see you in the next video. Mike Bradley signing out. Lots of love. Bye.